Alright, welcome back everybody. It's me Specs, and today we're going to go over my Week 5 Draft League match against the New York Aqua Jets. So, without further ado, let's take a look at his team and see what's up. So, the first thing I noticed when I was looking at his Draft League team was Gengar. So, Gengar might not have Levitate anymore, but this thing is still a massive threat in the Gen 8 OU meta. I mean, even then, it's still really good against my team in general. So, base 110 speed, if he runs max speed, he will outspeed everything on my team except for Weavile. Unfortunately, Sigilyphs has only base 109 speed, which means that Gengar does outspeed it by a couple of points. So, Ghost Poison typing is also very good against my team. My Clefable, for example, does not want to stand against any sort of sludge waves or anything like that, and then a good amount of my team gets smashed by Shadow Ball pretty hard too. And Gengar's wide move pull also allows him to do some shenaniganry against my team as well. For example, he's got Energy Ball, and I have a Satchel Toad, so that's kind of worrying. He also has Psychic, and that can really hurt my Roserade. But then, and then Gengar has a pretty cool support move pull. It gets Destiny Bond, which is really nice. It even gets Will-O-Wisp, and that can do some stuff too. I mean, if I'm not expecting some support Gengar moveset, this thing can really screw my team over if it chooses to. And you'd be thinking like, okay, but you still have Weavile. I mean, it can somewhat switch into Gengar. Like, these moves don't really hurt it that much. Shadow Ball is resisted. Sludge Wave would be much more of a problem, but it still has the amazing move in Focus Blast. I mean, yes, it can miss. Yes, it's 70% accuracy, but if it lands and he predicts my switch to Weavile or something, then I'm toast, and then this thing can just run train and run my team. So Gengar is a pretty massive threat against my team overall. Another thing he has is Hydreigon. This thing is even more scary than Gengar, maybe. Like, Dark Dragon typing, you might be thinking like, oh, Clef is just gonna wall this thing to high heaven, but if it runs something like, like Nasty Plot and Flash Cannon, that's gonna sting. All he needs is like a little bit of chip, and then Clefable's dead. This thing can really put the hurt on. And you get stuff like Draco Meteor, Dark Pulse, Flamethrower, Earth Power. You could even run like a Life Orb 3-attack Rooster variant. Like, the only thing that can really take hits from this thing is Clefable, and there are ways to get around it pretty easily. All you need is like that little tiny bit of chip. Like, I don't know, it's like 20% maybe, which is not hard to get on a Clefable. You can just like U-turn around on it or something like that. And then suddenly, you can just Nasty Plot up on my switch back to Clef, and then you Flash Cannon, and then, well, I'm screwed now, aren't I? So, yeah, Hydreigon's pretty scary. 98 base speed allows him to outspeed my Sigilyph, which is pretty bad, meaning only my Heliolisk and my Weavile can outspeed. Yeah, so I mean, he'll also run Scarf as well to catch my Weavile off guard, hit me with a Flamethrower or something, Scarf Flamethrower. Yeah, in general, Hydreigon, massive threat. Araquanid. Webs are pretty good against my team. Because I have like a Weavile and Heliolisk. Like, those things are fast, and I really want them to be fast, especially against this guy's team, if I did bring Heliolisk or Weavile. And so, yeah, Sticky Webs would really put a damper on my strategies. Like, like Gengar is going to suddenly be faster than everything on my team, and that's not going to be good. Well, Gengar and Hydreigon, I think, are both going to be faster against everything. Actually, wait. Yeah, they would be faster against everything. So, like, if he put Sticky Webs up, I'd be really screwed. Liquidation with Water Bubble also really can smash my crap up. I mean, yes, I have a Toad, though, so that is one thing in my favor. Toad can beat a Araquanid for the most part, but, Araquanid has ways to get around it. Like, okay, yes, it does have Gig Drain. 50 base special attack is not very good. But, it can, like, 2-hit KO if you, like, invest in it. I mean, that's kind of more stupid. But like it also has Magic Coat, which is less stupid. Because you know the only Seismic Toad can't really touch a Requidit. It can only touch it with like Toxic or something like that. And if he brings Magic Coat, he can bounce back the Toxic onto me, and like I can't get rocks up if he spams Magic Coat. So like, you know, there are ways to get around the matchup. Like he might not be able to touch me, but like I can't touch him if he brings Magic Coat. So yeah, and then you know, and Liquidation is very good against the rest of my team basically. I also had a Heliolisk with Dry Skin. But, you know, if you invest in attack, Lunge just does a lot of damage. And he has ways to pivot around Heliolisk too, so yeah, not a bad matchup. Not a bad Pokemon to use against me. Diggersby. So, huge power. I mean, yeah, base 56 special attack. Base 56 attack is pretty bad, but, you know, if you put that investment into it, you know, it's gonna... That's 232 base attack, and then with huge power, that's what, 464. So definitely not something to underestimate. Earthquake, Body Slam, you know, that already just does a bunch to my team. I can't really tank Diggersby, especially if he runs Choice Band. So that would actually screw me over a lot, because I know some calcs, like Diggersby one-shots Michael Fable if I'm not Fizz Def, and it basically almost one-shots if I am Fizz Def anyway. So yeah, this thing is pretty damn strong. Basically, whenever it comes onto the field, I kind of have to sack something. I mean, yeah, I have like a Diggers. No, I'm sorry, I have a Sigilyph, so I could like predict an Earthquake and switch out, and you know. But like, you know, Body Slam and Knockoff already can just mash my Sigilyph. So all he needs to do is catch me slipping on one switch, and then, you know, suddenly I'm in a very bad spot. Yeah, so Diggersby is just raw power, and it also gets spikes. I think that is a very underrated, underused move on Diggersby. Like this thing can force a lot of switches if you don't know if it's running Band or Scarf, and so like a spike, like Spikes catching people on the switch, it's very similar to Ash Greninja in Generation 7. So like, you know, Ash Greninja forces a lot of switches, so you can run Spikes so that it can support itself and its teammates. So it's a very similar effect here. So yeah, Diggersby is that's a threat. Moving on, we got Serena. So Coiling Majesty actually is pretty good, because I have a good amount of priority moves. I mean, only 2, but like they're very strong priority moves, and being able to switch in on those, aka Conkeldurr Mach Punch, would really help, because like a lot of the ways I have to kill some of these bonds are with Conkeldurr Mach Punch. So like, for example, the Hydreigon, I don't really have a, like a Weavile can deal with it, but let's say he has Sticky Webs up, then I have to use Mach Punch on Conkeldurr in order to kill the Hydreigon, right? But then, you know, you can just pivot it on Serena, and then suddenly, like, oh god, my Mach Punch didn't get through, and now this thing's gonna hit me with a bunch of very strong Power Whips, because base 120 physical attack is very good. It also gets Rapid Spin. A lot of my playing so far has been based around hazards. I've been using hazards a lot to get advantage, and, you know, a way to clear hazards only on his side as well would be really nice for him. Power Whip is just really strong in general, especially coming off this 120 physical attack. I don't know why I keep saying special. Yeah, so very scary mon, very scary. It's got High Jump Kick, Knockoff, U-Turn. It's got a lot of interesting moves. So yeah, Serena's a big threat. Okay, so Scavalier is one thing I considered as well, because basically this provides him a way of offensively checking my Clef, kind of. We'll get to that later. And it also completely walls my Roserade. Unfortunately, with the removal of Hidden Power, Roserade can't, you know, obviously can't use Hidden Power Fire against this thing anymore. And so basically it gets walled, especially with Overcoat, because Overcoat allows him to be immune to powder moves, so I can't put this thing to sleep with Sleep Powder. So yeah, and then this thing is very strong. Iron Head and Mega Horn Sab. Base 135 attack, this thing will hit like a truck. I have a Toad to parry down on Iron Head, but like, Mega Horn's gonna do a lot of damage. Yeah, and as I said, like, if I'm not carrying a fire move on my Clefable, this thing can really like what's my Clef supposed to do except to switch, right? So that's a pretty good point in his favor. So yeah, these are the 6 I kind of anticipated to him to bring. And then here are the rest of his bonds. So, Aromatisse. It's bulky, it's a fairy type, you know, like, it's got some good traits. It could do some, like, Calm Mind Wish shenanigans. Like, something like this. And then you do max HP, max defense. And this thing can actually take hits from my Conkeldurr. You know, it's Facade 2 KO, but like, you know, I obviously don't really want to stay in on a Moonblast, especially if it's boosted. And let's see. It also has a Aroma Veil. Because I was considering trying to bring like some sort of taunt user so I can stop webs from coming up. So like, you know, there's ways to stop me from blocking him setting up. So like, you know, let's say I ran like, I don't know. Does Weavile get taunt? It probably gets taunt. So like, let's say I'm running taunt Weavile to like stop Araquanid from getting up webs. Like, I don't know. Main point is, this thing can put in a good amount of work. It also gets Nasty Plot too, which is a stronger boosting option. But I mean, I think Calm Mind's generally a bit better on Aromatisse. And if he wants to run like some sort of like, I know it's slow, but like you can run like some sort of 4 attack shenanigans, like. It doesn't have a very good move pool, but it has enough. Like Energy Ball and Thunderbolt and Flash Cannon. Yeah, I mean Flash Cannon is for Clef, Energy Ball is for Assassin, Moonblast is for, you know, Stab. I don't know what Thunderbolt's for. Sigilyph, I guess. I don't know. But like, yeah, this thing could do some saucy stuff against my team. Voltund. Again, it's the same speed tier as Gengar in this respect, because it outspeeds everything except my Weavile, again. Voltund is pretty good. Oops. Yeah, so Voltund's pretty good. I've always had a bit of respect for it. It's got competitive, which is actually pretty interesting. You know, you can bring it against an Intimidate user, and, you know, it's got usable special attack, so... Yeah, or you can just run standard Strong Jaw 1.5 based power increase on stuff like Thunder Fang, wherever that is. Wait, does it not get Thunder Fang? It doesn't? Oh wow, that's just sad. Oh no, it does. Okay, here. Okay, yeah. So, you know, you can run Thunder Fang, Fire Fang, I don't know, Play Rust for coverage, maybe like Flame Charge. I don't know. It's got a decent move pool, or like decent enough anyway. You know, run Thunder Wave too. You can do some stuff with that. Charizard. This thing is pretty versatile in the sense that it can sweep on either side. You might think like, well, it's got a pretty shit attack, but you know, you can run like a Belly Drum, Substitute, like Flare Blitz or Earthquake. I don't know, something like that. Or you can just let's see here. You can run a Solar Power variant with Heat Rock or something like that. And then, you know, because with this you have access to good fire with a good grass move and Solar Beam, and some other stuff I can't spell. I seriously can't spell. I don't know, something like that. Just run something similar to Mega Charizard Y in a sense. So yeah, Charizard can do some pretty interesting stuff. It's hard to predict what type of offense he's gonna run. So like, he could have like a manual Sunsetter in the back, like, I don't know, whatever sets up Sunny Day well on his team, and then he can bring in his Charizard and then start nuking me with like a Specs, with like some sort of Specs offense. I don't know, something like that. And this thing does outspeed most of my team. Again, only Heliolisk and Weavile can outspeed. So yeah, and the Passimian, he's got Defiant. So if I like somehow get webs out on his, I don't know. I was thinking about running Magic Code Sigilyph too, just because I really didn't want webs to come up on my team. So like, if I got webs up on his side instead, like suddenly, oh no, I have this +2 Passimian on my hands. You know, most of the Passimians just run like a Scarf set with close combat and whatnot. I don't know, but like, you could run like I don't know, focus dash counter. If you want to like, actually, yeah, that would have been pretty good. That could have really screwed up my Conkeldurr if he did something like that. But yeah, so it's got a pretty good move pool, and yeah. Okay, so that's his team in general. So these 6 were the things I anticipated him to bring. So yeah, let's just get right into the battle. Oh wait, no wait, JK, I have to talk about my team first. So here it is. So I ran heavy duty boots on Weavile again, like last week. Because there was also webs on his team. I also had to face webs last week as well. So I was just running a Sword Stance set. Sword Stance, and then Stabs, and then Priority. The priority is for like surprise Scarf Gengars. You know, if it's at like 70%, I kill with +2 Ice Shard. So interesting stuff like that. This speed's enough to allow me to outspeed Boltund. Yeah, Boltund. And the rest is just put into HP, just cause. So I also ran Unaware Clef. I didn't want to deal with nasty Flash shenanigans on Hydreigon side, so I ran Unaware so I could actually take Flash Cannons and such. He actually has been using a Dragon Dance Hydreigon, so that's why I ran Max Defense. It also helps me to take like Escavalier hits or whatever a little bit better at least, and then maybe I could scare it out with a fire move. So yeah, I just ran like a Moonblast, Thunderwave, Wish Protect. Thunderwave there for maybe if he's, because like Gengar can switch into Clefable for the most part. You know, if it's running like a regular Moonblast, Wish Protect, Teleport set or something like that. So that's why I ran Thunderwave. You know, if I could actually catch it on the switch and T-Wave it, you know, that would be really good for my team. I have a Conkeldurr, very, very standard Conkeldurr. Drain, Knock, Mach, and the Facade. 56 speed. I think this is run to outspeed max speed Escavalier or something like that. I don't know why you would ever run max speed Escavalier, but like I was thinking like if he wanted to try to outspeed creep me, then I would just put this in here. Like, you know, 200 HP is enough. So yeah, and then I ran max attack admin because obviously you would run max attack admin on a Conkeldurr. Yeah. Okay, so and then I have Seismitoad. Very, very standard. This is something you see in an OU set. You know, Stealth Rock, Scald, Knock Off Toxic. You know, I could have run something like Ice Punch to deal with this arena coming in, but like, I was thinking like Toxic plus Knock Off is good enough to deal with it. You know, I can knock off whatever item it has, and then like Toxic it on a later switch in. Like, you know, there's ways to play around this arena without having to run a super effective move. And then this is my Roserade. So it's max HP, max Spadef because I needed a way to deal with Scarf Gengar from 6-0 the team. If you notice, this team has 1 Shadow Ball resist, and that thing can die to like, actually, yeah, it could die to like 1 like Sludge Wave with Rocks Up or something like that. So yeah, if Scarf Gengar could get rid of my Weavile, if my Weavile dies somehow, then Scarf Gengar just 6-0s my entire team, especially since I'm not running Spadef, Clefable. So yeah, this is my answer to it. I get 3 hit KO'd by Scarf Sludge Wave, and then I can Synthesis back up. Psychic, I think, has like a 2% chance to 2-hit 2-shot, so as long as I keep my Roserade at full, he shouldn't win, because I have Shadow Ball for here to deal with the Gengar as well. So yeah, and then I ran Sleep Powder Spikes. Very standard stuff to run on a Roserade. And yeah, and then I have Sigilyph. It's Scarf. So I can explain. So Scarf Sigilyph actually really screws over his team if he's not running any Scarf mobs. Like, you notice like his big 2 hitters are Hydreigon and Gengar, and if I run Scarf Sigilyph, you know, Gengar gets 1-shot by Psychic, Hydreigon gets 1-shot by Dazzling Gleam, and I can do like a lot of damage to Diggersby, Heat Wave for the Serena and the Scavalier. Like, you know, like it can put in work, I guess. So that's kind of why I ran it. I also needed a Defogger on my team, so I just ran Scarf Defog. So yeah, I didn't want you know, Hydreigon to come in against my Sigilyph if it wasn't faster than it, and then just like set up on me and then proceed to try to win. So yeah, that's why I ran it. I have run it before in a draft league to great success. Not really great success. I caught a Lando sleeping on me, and then I ice beamed it in the face with the Scarf. Because I think the other person had Scarf Lando, and then I just ran Scarf Ice Beam to kill it. Because I was expecting him to just like U-turn or Stone Edge, so yeah. That was fun times. But yeah, so Scarf Sigilyph. It's the mad break. Alright, so I will catch you guys with the battle very soon. And we are back. So, he really got me, I gotta say. His team was nothing like what I expected, you know. I really expected Hydreigon, I really expected Gengar, I really expected a Rakuten, and none of those things showed up. So, yeah, I don't know. I really felt like he should have run them though. Like, I don't see why not, because yes, I have ways to revenge kill Hydreigon and Gengar, but like, I think he has a sturdy enough backbone so that he can beat the shit out of me. Like, I mean, even then, like, if he runs like, yeah, I don't know. I just felt like he really should have brought Hydreigon and Gengar, but that's just me. Also, I really think he should have brought Webs, but you know, to each their own. So let's just get right into the battle. Actually, wait, I didn't explain the lead. So I got so surprised that I actually led really poorly. So I really should have expected Diggersby as a switch to come in, but I was being dumb. So I led with the Roserade. Yeah, I don't know. Bad play on my part, because especially since I'm not faster. Well, I mean, it's not a bad play if I was max speed, but you know, if this thing was running Scarf, then it could probably like Scarf Earthquake me to death. I don't know, man. Yeah, then I don't know who the hell Heavy Duty Yeet is, but you're right, this is on YouTube, but maybe not in the capacity that you expected. So yeah, Roserade is not a good matchup, especially since I'm Spadef. You know, I have no speed. I'm not outspeeding this thing at all. So I had to switch out. So I just went to Toad, you know, as my only thing that can really take Scarf Earthquakes. And he U-turns out and goes into Serena. Oh no, what am I gonna do? So I expected a knock, so that's why I went to Roserade here. I mean Roserade just covers most of his moves anyway, so yeah, he just knocks me off, takes away my leftovers. And I think I spike here, and then I go to Toad for the Iron Head, but he knocks off again. Go play on his part, gets rid of my leftovers, and so I had to flex here, so I went for the Toxic, of course, because you know, why would you Toxic Steel? I mean, it was a pretty obvious switch. A Scavalier, like, what is it gonna do against a Toad? Because like he doesn't want him to stay in on the possibility of me burning with Scald or anything like that. So that's why I went for Toxic. I caught him on the switch. I could have went for knockoff too, but you know what? It doesn't matter. So he went for Zen. So he had Zen headbutt from a Roserade. Good on him. But I just went to Sigilyph because I didn't think he was gonna knock again, because he was either gonna go for Power Whip or predict my switch into Roserade. So like I was like thinking like, I'll just go to Sigilyph, and yeah. So he goes ahead, Zen headbutt. Yeah. And then I just go for Heat Wave, and then he brings in a Scavalier. Yeah. I didn't really understand that switch. The only possible explanation is that he didn't think that Sigilyph had Heat Wave. So yeah, it was interesting. Yeah, I don't know what he expected me to do. I guess he expected me to Psychic, but like, why would I Psychic when I have a Super Effective move? So yeah. So the Scavalier died pretty quickly there. Brings in Diggersby. At this point, my Toad is 63. If he predicts my switch and goes for Earthquake, then it's gonna get 2-hit KO'd. I don't want that to happen. So I just go for Heat Wave. I'm faster than it because I'm Scarf. And I am Modest Scarf, but I'm still faster. So I just go for the Heat Wave, get the chip, and now it's in range of not even burned Conkeldurr Mach Punch, which is why I went for that. And then he goes for knockoff. I die, obviously, because huge power, Diggersby. Then bring in my Conk. So like I was like, even if he switches, I still got my Flame Orb up, which means, you know, big boy strong Conkeldurr. So yeah, I just went for Rock Punch here. From the damage I did, I could tell this was max HP, max defense. so I was like pretty sure this is a call mindset. So yeah, I just switch back out. I think I go into Clef here. Yes, I do. And this damage also helped me confirm it was no special attack investment. So like, yeah, I was just making sure, crossing the T's, dotting the I's. You know how it is. So I T-wave it. I don't know why. I mean, I was just like, I had nothing better to do. I could have just Moonblast, honestly, but I don't know. Anyway, so he just gets that. Got on him. He Toxics me. He realized I was unaware somehow. So, I mean, I guess he was just trying to check if it was unaware. You know, like, my Clefable can't really touch the Aromatisse, so there's that. So yeah, I was unaware, so he caught me on that. I'm not Magic Guard, unfortunately. So yeah, I go into Roserade here, and he goes into Serena. So I predict that he's gonna get scared. So what did I do? I think I went for Synthesis. If I'm not mistaken. Like I thought he was gonna get scared by the Sludge Bomb. So, but he just goes for U-turn. I guess he was expecting me to switch out since he showed Zen, but I was like, I didn't think he would stay in at all, to be honest. So, yeah, I just Synthesis, get my health back up, and now he brings in Charizard. So he ran Sunny Day in the past, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna put it to sleep because I feel like he's gonna set up here, and he did. He ran Dragon Dance actually this time, which is pretty cool. So I sleep powder that thing, and then I go into Conk. So I just brought in Conk here because Facade was going to one-shot, I think. I think that was my reasoning. So yeah, unfortunately he wakes up on turn 2, and then Flare blitzes me. Does a decent chunk, and then I one-shot it with Facade. So yeah. Okay, so then he brings in Voltund. So yikes. I have a Seismitoad though, so it doesn't really matter. So player up does like 18. That's pretty bad damage. Then Serena again, I knock off here, expecting the Serena to come in. If I get rid of its leftovers, you know, it's gonna get chipped really, really hard. And then I go back into Roserade, and he goes for Seed Bomb, whatever. And then I just Shadow Ball here for the kill. Yeah, so he goes into Diggersby, and at this point I think I sack my Roserade. Yeah, I just wanted to see what he would go for. And then I go bring back Toadin, and then here I realized that, so the Diggersby is like 30%, Bolton's at 88, and Aromatisse is paralyzed and is like 96%, right? So I was like, if I go for rocks here, my the Bolton will be in range for Conk Mach Punch. Yes, that's ridiculous. That a freaking Mach Punch, unboosted by any like setup moves. It's just like, yeah, I don't know. Conkeldurr's so damn strong, man. Like, it basically the roll was like 61.6 to 73%. I guess it's Boltund. So if I put up rocks here, the roll is way in my favor. So that's why I put up rocks. I think I knock off here to get rid of his leftovers. Yeah, and then he starts setting up Calm Mind. I am unaware Clef, so I just go into that. So yeah, that's nice. Moonblast is 31. At this point, I was like, I'm just gonna get this Aromatisse in range for Conk to kill. So yeah, since I'm unaware, I only need 2 Moonblasts to one-shot it. Two Moonblasts to get it in range. Actually, no, wait. I only need 1, actually. Yeah, so it dies at 58% to Facade from a Conkeldurr. So I just Moonblast to get the chip, and then I just sack my Clefable. And I realized, you know, it's not Wish or anything like that, so it's not going to get its health back anytime soon. So I just keep spamming Moonblast. I get a crit here, which is, it didn't really matter to the grand scheme of things. Like, he still was going to kill me, and my Conkeldurr was still going to come in and kill it, regardless of if I got the crit or not. So, yeah, I mean, it looks bad, but like it didn't matter at all. So I just go for Sod here, you know, kill the Aromatisse, and then it's pretty much over at this point. You know, Bolton comes in. As I said before, this puts it in high range for me to kill it, and I kill it, and then you know, Diggersby comes in. No way it's taking a Mach Punch at 20%. So yeah, Conkeldurr came back in with a big sweep. With the cleanup, not the sweep. Yeah, so Conkeldurr got, what, 4 kills? or something. Yeah. It killed the Charizard, it killed the Romantis, it killed the Diggersby, and the Molten. So yeah, that was a Conkeldurr put in the big work. So yeah, that was my week 5 match. In summary, Conkeldurr is a very strong Pokemon, and you should not disrespect it. I think this game puts me, since I went 3-0, I'm at +9 differential, which puts me at 3rd on the leaderboard, if I'm not mistaken. And Conkeldurr is at +10, so it is the kill leader right now, I think. So yeah, pretty fun match. Yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching, and be sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, I don't know, do whatever you want to do. Thanks all for watching.